Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So I will test it out today. This Meelod. It's a dk300 Pro model. It's the cheapest, insane cheap electric bicycle for long range, and that's what we're gonna do today, to test it out to see if it's actually for long range, how long the battery will last. So let's go and check it out and talk about the bicycle, what I like about it, and how the pedaling and speed and so on. So let's go. All right, so we're gonna test this Meelod dk300 Pro today and go over what I like. So it will be like not really review, but actually this bike is insane cheap, and the reason I want to ride this and make this video to test it out, to see how this insane cheap e-moped style bike with two large batteries can perform, how long you can ride on single battery. So each battery is like 15 amp, which is pretty large. If you check on some of the bicycle, like let's say, just example, electric XP starts with 10 and you pay like $1,000. So this one is 1300. You got 3 battery size included, rear suspension, front fork suspension, higher speed. I think the last one I got about 31, and a smart display which can be connected to Bluetooth. But that's a positive stuff about this bike. And about cons, like, also I want to talk to you about this as well. So this bike does not come with any turn signals, which is not really big deal. Many of them does not come now. And I'm gonna ride first on the sidewalk, because this bike, we have not good street over here to go under 30 miles. So if I have bike which can go more than 30 miles, I would ride the street over here, but also the traffic, so it's much faster for me to ride on this part of the road. Again, ride responsibly. Always be careful when you're riding on the sidewalk, for safety yours and others. So this bike does not come with turn signals, but not problem. It does come with a horn, headlight, very bright, and it's come with a tail light and brake light, which is great. And a display actually very bright, and you can see very clear. It's not large, and I like about this is it's not large display, so you have a lot of space in the front. But the main reason today of this video, if you're looking for bike for long range, because they do have like few other models which will come with even larger battery, with dual battery, dual motors, for insane price as well. If you like any of these bikes, check link in description, and you can save a lot of money on this bike. It's a really good bike for the price, I think, when I did first video impression. But don't buy it yet until you see the end of this video, because let's go and see what the cons and pros on this bike as well. So the pros are actually, as I mentioned before, nice tires, nice wheels, 20-inch, which is off-road wheels. Rear shock suspension, really bouncy and nice. It's soft, great. The bike is balanced pretty well. By balancing, I mean it's not gonna do like wheelie accidentally, or when you brake it will not flip over as easy. So it's a good like balanced frame versus some other bike on the market maybe. And it's not the fastest acceleration for this model, but again, if you buy dual motors, I was told they are more powerful and much quicker acceleration. You will not see me pedaling, because the test will be about throttle only. So it takes me about, I think, about 2 miles to get to the point where I need to get to. And nice jump a little bit. So 2 miles, it will be not that fast, but it will stop and go, which I tested previous bike for similar size of the battery. I think it was about a 14 amp 48 volts battery, and it performed about 17 miles on single battery before it's completely discharged. I think it was like zero. Voltage went to 39 or something like that. But as you can see, I'm already like 1 block away from the bike lane, and once I'm on bike lane, the speed will be of course faster. Mini stop as well. Riding on the sidewalk, this bike actually doing very well, so this bike should be performing off-road really great because of the bouncy rear suspension. So it's like mini surround style bike. The way it's actually designed, there's some cones to it as well. As you could see, the seat, many people concerned about the seat because comfortability. I'm concerned myself if I can handle riding this bike for so long. Thank you. Because it will be a long ride for me. About, I think last time was almost 3 hours. Since I'm gonna probably less this time, I'm gonna try to go back before the completed battery discharge. So hopefully my butt will not hurt as much on this bike. The seat itself is not the hardest one, but the problem with the seat, you can see it, it's a short one and you cannot really move forward. And if you're a taller person, you can move the handlebar up a little bit forward, but again, there's no rack or nothing. But the good news, I talked to the company, they told me they're gonna have a rack probably this month coming on the website. So they're gonna sell the rack for these bicycles for Meelod. So if you bought Meelod before, you might check link in below. There might be extra discount, I'm not sure. So again, if you click on the link below and buy any product from Meelod, you will basically support my channel and me to motivate to make these more videos. But I forgot to mention what mileage on display was. So it was about 13.8 miles. So 13 miles and 8 whatever, like 800 feet I was guessing. I'm not good with a metric, USA metric. So right now it's already, I rode about almost 2 miles, almost. But so it's about, yeah, almost like 1.7 mile up to here. So we're gonna know how much I would have to. And I'm not gonna pedal, so hopefully I'm not gonna pedal home because it comes with 2 battery. But let's go and see how fast it can go over here. It does come with 2 batteries, and the people still live here. So I'm gonna use today 1 battery because I will be honest, I don't want to ride this bike too long. The seat is not most comfortable. I would rate it probably well, by itself it's okay, it's about maybe 7, the maximum. I would rate 7 out of all 10 rating if I have 1 to 10. But again, some people find it more comfortable than me, probably, maybe not. But again, you can probably change the seat. I'm not sure if you can make it longer, but so far the speed is 28 miles an hour on throttle only, which is great. Actually pretty good acceleration on this bike. And it's about 71 degree outside, so it was 28 Actually, it's hit 29. It's shown on my 29 now. On GPS 29. And display, I think I did adjustment, I don't remember already, but it's very accurate right now, so we don't even need a phone to check the speed accuracy because it's very accurate. One more thing I mentioned before, this bike is weird. Even on if I put a pedal assist 0 right now, I have 0, it will go up to the top speed when I start to pedal it. So that's something really messed up, but they told me that's messed up because my bike is a first batch and the first batch was messed up, they told me. Also the headlight, for some reason I didn't, maybe I still need to look inside somehow, find it. If my battery is on, regardless if I charging or not, well, if I charging, they will be always on. The headlight will stay on all the time, regardless if the bike is on and off. But let's say if I don't charge it, and if my battery is on, I will get headlight on. Well, it's more like daylight. I think they told me it's already fixed. So if you buy like this bike now, or you bought it like before, you might not to have this. They told me it was a first batch they sent me. I'm not sure why they're sending this type of bike to me for review, but again, I can tell you there's only bad things I can tell so far, like the cons. But again, you will not occur this issue at all. That's what they told me. So any bike you buy, all this kind of it's basically a technical issue which not affect on performance. But I'm going 29 miles over here on the flat. Actually, it's pretty good for 750 watt motor for the price range, which is $1,300. It's like super cheap, I think, very cheap. And the frame is built pretty well. It's a steel frame. Actually, it comes with a steel fork, which is I would not say is a great. I would say probably okay. It's a strong fork, but it's not like super soft, but it does come with a preload adjustment. Maybe I need to, well, I have basically no complaint about this fork because it does exactly what I need so far. So cannot say anything bad, but it's steel. So let's go and see if I can go faster than this bus. And I do have a pedals in case if you tell me it's not a bicycle. And it is adjustable, I believe, can be class 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly on display. You can connect to your app on your phone and manage the speed, I believe, a headlight. Maybe I will do that later to check. But so far it's keep the speed, top speed, which is 29 miles an hour, which is impressive, very impressive for this. And it's going pretty quiet, very solid on so it's a great commuter, might be for someone, very good commuter, unless you need to climb the hills, because the last test I did, it didn't climb the hills as good as I expect. So it actually hit the 30 miles right now, and I think if it's going further it might go 31. I think I got 31, I don't remember exactly, but I think I got 31 before on this bike, but we'll see. Again, this is gonna be some tests, we're gonna find out more. And so far I was riding on this bike exactly like 2.5 miles. So far I cannot say how much battery dropped, because on this bike the information about the battery is a little bit limited. This only a line, and I can see it dropped a little, but I cannot tell you how many bars. That's also kind of, you would have to, oh, now I see the bar over here. I'm sorry, I do see the small battery on the side, which actually show me. So that's why when you're recording video you don't really see much sometimes. So I do see small battery, so I'm wrong. So it looks like probably less than quarter dropped. but I would assume if the battery are good quality, it would last about 17, but because it's larger, I think at least 18 miles. With my weight on, the weather is nice, there's no really much wind right now. I'm going like pretty top speed on this bike, but maybe less. Why? Because the previous bike was getting up to 26 or 27 miles an hour. So because this bike is much faster, and also it's 750 watt motor versus the other one I tested was 500 watt motors. So this bike produced probably more peak power as well, so it might reduce the battery. So that's the reason I'm making this test, to see what the worst scenario you're gonna get on this battery. So I just passed 5 miles on my display, so I already rode 5 miles, and looks like it's about 75% most likely, because based on the battery and the display show, I'm not sure exactly, so 75% about. And I don't feel any sagging much on the battery display, and it's going about 27, 26 and a half, so it's about, I'm not sure if just 27 miles right now. Actually I can go faster, but over here a lot of homeless, so I don't want to hit anyone. Again, this bike going pretty fast for the price, only like 1300 with two batteries, and it's not as heavy, but it is heavy, just about 10 to 15 pounds heavier than aluminum bike, because you got steel frame and steel fork. So again, if you're planning to bring this up to the second floor, it's not gonna be bike for you. You need something foldable most likely, or something light. And the brakes on this bike was great. It's both brakes are hydraulic, front and rear. So the stopping power pretty good on this bike, so have no issue, pretty good actually. Meelod brakes, they say, and it's a dual piston. So going about 27 miles an hour on this stretch. So looks like the power is dropped a little bit, and we do have some people riding electric bicycle now here. That's cool, but yeah, looks like well, it's a little bit hill, a small one, but looks like it does affect on the speed after 5 miles riding. So the top speed now is 27. 6 miles, and I will probably start to report not that often, and I'll try one more time over here. The test is to see how the speed. So far 26.9. So looks like 27 and full throttle on one battery, and I'm only using one battery, and the battery it looks like half right now, about a little bit over than 6 miles. So I hope, I guess, to get at least 15 miles on this bike, because on each battery that would be pretty good, because I don't do pedaling and I weigh over 215 pounds. So actually it was hitting 28. It all depends if there's small hill, downhill or uphill. So that's why usually when you do the testing, or some YouTuber do the testing, it's good to do both way testing, because even the road looks flat, our planet is rounded, as you probably know, unless you think it's flat. So it might look flat, but it might be still have a little bit incline or uphill, so we'll see. So again, the top speed is not important right now, but the top speed so far I got was 30 miles an hour, but now it's about 27 after riding a little bit over, let's see, a little bit over 6.5 miles. Park Balboa now. I'm gonna pass this bridge, and I'm gonna be at Park Balboa now, and I'm gonna go probably 1 or maybe 2 circles around the, basically 2 rounds, mostly maybe 1 even. I will need to see on the battery outcome, because I don't want to pedal this bike, to be honestly, but maybe I will try, because it's getting actually hotter than I thought it's gonna be, and I wear full face helmet by Bell. A lot of people ask me, it's by Bell Adventure 9, I believe. Really comfortable, nice helmet. You don't feel the weight actually on this on the helmet. Far, it's only like almost 7 miles, a bit more maybe. But again, I'm right now by Balboa. I made it. Looks like half battery. But I'll get back to you guys later on and tell you more. I'm planning to stop by and give you more information what actually cons and pros on this bike so far. I would not say the seat is still about 7 to 8, 7 I would say. And actually I can pick it up to 27, a little bit higher than 27 miles an hour here. So the speed actually not bad, even the half battery. On throttle only, but you can use gear and pedal it, and it's come with 7-speed Shimano shifter, tourney, display very clear, so I don't even use my GPS because it's very accurate as well. You cannot really do much on this display. The information listed right here: odometer, trip, and mile per hour. So I'm going about 16 miles per hour on average now. And they do calculation based on the how many stops I do and go. So they divide the time with the miles. I'm not good at mathematics. I'm not sure exactly how, but I think that's the average. So because I do a lot of stops, I think on the GOAT bike it was over 20 miles an hour because it was much quicker, and some other bicycle too, but 60 miles an hour it's about average, I think, what I was going on this type of bicycles. Again, this bike is much faster than previous model, and the one I tested was also dual battery, but the motor only 500, so it's less size motor. You have less power and you spend less power, so the same battery can last longer. So again, you don't you get full throttle, so if you up to top speed all the time, so if you decide to go not that fast, your battery of course will last longer. Same if you decide to pedal it, so that's kind of all up to you. But what I want to show you today, what the maximum, actually the minimum most likely you're gonna get if you weigh around 200 pounds. I weigh 215, and that's what you're gonna know, and then you multiply by 2 batteries, so you will get this idea what the range gonna be on 2 batteries. I prefer to use one at a time. I think it might last longer, but it might suck more, like basically at the middle, like somewhere at 50% of the battery, the speed will not go as top. So if you use both of them, so you may start to feel the speed decrease probably, let's say after 20 miles versus to this one probably after 7. So you get some idea, because you have, usually they take power from both batteries, and if you use both you might also get a little bit faster. So that may be why, that's one reason I got about 31 miles an hour on this bike. Maybe that's a reason. I don't remember if I use both or not. You may want to check link in description for the full video I did before, but at least it hit 30 miles today, and I cannot go much faster over here. 24 miles, that's pretty good actually. This road is not straight and a lot of debris on the road, but I'm gonna get back to you when it's hit 30 miles, but actually it's gonna be in 1 mile. Right now it's 23 miles exactly, so 1 more mile, like 800 feet, I guess, or whatever. Like, I'm gonna hit 10 miles. The brakes a little bit squeaking now, but I don't care. I like when they squeak, actually. I didn't do bedding on this bike. I never did bedding on any of the review bicycles because I usually ride them right out of the box. But if you buy the bike with hydraulic brakes or even regular brakes, but hydraulic mostly recommended to do bedding. And if you need to know how to do bedding, so you might want to search on YouTube. There's some video show you. So now I do have exactly 10 miles on display, and for some reason the battery turned red and small dot over here. So, well, you know why they turn red. I don't have to explain probably. So only 10 miles top speed. I was getting actually 27 miles just right now, but let's see. We're gonna have some bumps over there, but I'm gonna wait until completely battery will die. It's not the best way to treat your batteries this way. Usually it's not good. They do have protection usually, so it will not go 100% down. It will shut down about 5% before, usually, but that's what I expect. But we'll see. Well, they try to, because if it's completely dead, then it will go to sleep, and then you have to kind of fix it. They might get damaged cells and so on. So usually they protect. So 26 miles an hour on the red, 26 and a half was but over here people. So it's still going strong. Oops, I just heard, oh my god, I just hit the Calibri. That's crazy. Poor bird. I think I just hit Calibri. No way. I feel sad for Calibri now. Over here, it's still some water from the rain, but it's been dry for last actually a few days. We have rain actually just recently, but actually not that bad. And let's go here. So looks like I'm gonna only do one round today, and we have some river still here. I'm gonna stop to show you very beautiful LA river, I guess. It's connecting valley and it's going all the way. We have actually a reservoir over there. I think if you check online, I think, I'm not sure, Sepulveda Reservoir, I see. I don't remember exactly what's the name for that, but actually my GoPro also about 19%. So it's not bad, because last time I think, well, I rode more, I guess. So far I got 11 miles on the battery, and I'm gonna ride until the battery completely dead. So this way we know how the bike actually gonna do. It will just completely shut down with no sudden, or the power will be dropped, because right now I'm going 27 miles and the battery is still red, 27.6, and then I'm gonna stop because wow, it's still wet over here. And I don't have, well, I do have actually fenders, but I don't like to ride in the mud, because then I would have to clean it. And you know, I park right now, I have no space in garage for the bicycles, so I have to park in living room. My wife hate it, but I can do off-road a little bit over here. We have off-road. Let's see how the guy will go. Okay, he's going. Okay, he's doing good. Yeah, good luck. I'm gonna do off-road over here. Why not, right? And it's hopefully no flat tire. And the tire section on this bike was pretty good. Oh, okay. Somebody already created the road over here, because we're getting flooding over here all the time during the winter. So off-road, you can call it off-road, I guess. But this bike is great for off-road, I think, as well. I'm not sure how the pedaling gonna be, but I just pedal it. And as soon as I pedal it, or whatever, like battery is not red anymore. That's interesting. Let's see. I think maybe the battery got overheated from running that. Let's test it out. Actually, it's the battery getting warm. And I use the top battery, not the one on the bottom. Okay, I will go slow on this. It does have fenders, but you know, still I don't want to clean it. And now we can go. This guy is like going on the left side. I cannot scream because I'm in helmet. Okay, so for some reason the battery now again red. It was already blue, now it's back to red when I start to throttle. So basically, as most of the bicycle would sag and then recap wherever once you stop riding, so it will kind of recalculate with the battery inside. So far it's not bad, going 27 miles an hour I just hit. So yeah, it's still keeping above 26 miles, and the bike is bouncy, so it means it's pretty smooth ride on this bike. One of the greatest smooth ride on this bike, under 1300 horse for sure. And the rear suspension actually works real good, so it makes the seat not that bad. But again, you feel like you can fall off since there's nothing behind you. So again, you need to remember the seat is short, but it's not as bad as one would think of. But again, if you like the design, long range, mini moped style for under 1300 hours, much better than Super 73 for sure, because the price range, you can buy probably 3 bicycles and get about the same speed. And you may want to, you can buy probably extended seat, I don't know, maybe upgrade the seat for that much money. It shouldn't be expensive, but the seat original one is not as bad, since you got very soft rear shock. It's kind of gave you this compensation. And now I'm gonna find out if we can go uphill here smoothly. Yeah, it's going uphill on the speed, no problem. Stop sign for the cars, not for the bicycle. Who said that? I said that. No, it's true, it's for the cars only, I think. We have, I think, somebody shoot commercial or movie over here, actually on golf course. So I just stopped to change the battery in GoPro, and once I stop, I got back to the blue, so it's not red anymore. So it looks like more than 25%, and I rode about over 12 miles so far. So I guess it will, once you stop or start to pedal it, it will start to recalculate. And then but I did many stop and go before, when I was on the intersection. Over here, let's stop and go. So I might still do one more round, we'll see. Yeah, most likely one more round. So it's about 5 miles, maybe less. And hopefully I can get home without pedaling. That's what I expect. So now I'm using the full throttle, and now the battery turned red again, but I'm getting 28 miles an hour right now, 28.4, almost 29 now over here. So it's not completely flat, and okay, deep incline over here. 29.7, 29.8, 30. 30 miles. It's a little bit incline, of course, but I got 29 miles on this when the battery is red. So again, when the battery is red, so it's almost dead, I guess, but not completely, because you still get a lot of power to pick you up. So I think they did very good on the balancing of the controller, so it will not really overheat, and also will not shut down if it's overheat, because so far I rode it non-stop. Uphill I tried, it never actually shut down, never gave me any error message. So no error messages, that's a very good sign, because some bicycle would go uphill and then might shut down because of the overheating power. But I tested last time uphill twice, even after cool down the bike, it couldn't make it uphill. And it's not because the motor is not 750 motor. I think it's just because, yeah, it was going over 27 miles an hour. So let's see how much I can go on this bike. So it is bouncy. You're jumping from the curb, you don't even feel it. So it's very soft, nice. Very it's a very nice handlebar. It's very wide, comfortable to hold the grips. Actually, I like a lot about many features on this bike. The only disappointment is they send me kind of not defected, but that's how they program it. I would not say it's defect. It's like more about the way they use the settings in controller. So they never offered me the new controller, but I don't really care. I don't think I'm gonna keep the bike because I don't have space. I hope actually to review the full dual motors maybe in the future, but I'm not sure if I will do. So if you like this bike, click buy one. It's a great bicycle for somebody who is in budget shopping for like budget long range, and you'll know today at the end of the video what range on throttle only you can get with my weight on. With your weight it might be different, because depend how much you weigh, and I'm getting like 25-26 miles an hour on this stretch, and it's holding the road very good. So I like how they distribute the weight on this bike. Bouncy, I cannot really say anything like about performance other than it cannot climb the hill unless you pedal it. And I'm still like running on the same battery. It's 28.5 miles on display. When I left the home it was 13.8. You do the math, so it's about almost 15 miles. Am I right? I think so. Almost. It's gonna be almost probably in a little bit. So far 15 miles gonna be. So on single battery I using, but actually they do have actually a few different models I saw with 20 each. So you got 20 amp on dual motors. So again, when you get to dual motors, your battery will be dual discharge. So don't be thinking that you're gonna get like 150 miles like some like fake YouTubers telling you without even testing the bicycles. So it's very hard to test the range actually, because it will not be accurate all the time, and all the time will be different. But I think the way I am riding with a top speed and also with a lot of stops and go, it's probably will be the minimum what you're gonna get with one battery without pedaling with my weight on. If you're lighter, your result might be dramatically better actually. So don't say, I don't know what they put on the website, I don't even check, because whatever website put, they usually test it on somebody who is 150 pounds at good weather. Sometimes they don't even check, they never test sometimes. So that's why it's hard to say. So I am already over 15 miles and it's still going strong. I was getting about 26 miles. I'm at 30.2 miles right now, so it's a little bit above than let's see, about 16.5 miles I ride, and it's still going strong, but the battery is no longer red, it's blinking. So once it starts to blink, then maybe we need to worry, and I'm not sure right now. It was 30.3, like, yeah, 30.3, now it's 0.4, and it's still can climb this small hill over here. So again, the bike can go uphill on throttle only, but depend how bad. If you live in San Francisco, most likely you would need to help with pedaling a little bit. And again, so far it's getting more than I thought. Actually, since it's 750 watt motor, it produces more power. I didn't expect, actually, after thinking over it, because the previous bike I tested was 550 watt with 14 amp battery. The speed was about 16 miles an hour top. Oh, I'm sorry, 26 miles an hour top. So this one, the speed was on actually almost 17 miles an hour average, so it's pretty good. And right now I'm gonna get exactly like 17 miles. So far it's getting exactly as the other battery, but this battery a little bit larger. It's about 1 amp larger, but now it says air code 06. Now we got it. So 06 has meant, let me stop and try to go again. So 06 is mean under voltage, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but I got 06 error. It's not really a problem, as actually bike will not go, no go. Let's see if I pedal it. Nope. If I turn it off, I turn it on. So the battery looks like completely died. Not completely, but still I'm gonna turn it on and see. So I turn it on, so the battery now is blinking, so maybe I can still ride. So it was exactly 17 miles. Now it's 30.8. I'm gonna take picture, see if I can actually ride it. I'm gonna go back to Balboa Park, actually take some pictures, and then let's see if I can ride it. Oh yeah, it's riding now again on the same battery. It's blinking. So basically it's kind of prevent from damaging the battery. And now I got the code again, 06. So goodbye top battery. It's actually warm, but no problem. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna turn off the bike, press this power button over here to turn it off, and turn my second light right over here on. So now I will turn it on, and let's see what I got. Full battery. Okay, so I can get home safely now. It was a beautiful Los Angeles park we have. It's an Army Reserve actually, and I'm gonna go. I hate to ride on the grass over here because every time I ride I got flat. So I didn't put any slime in this bike, but I'll take a risk in case I will have to call guys to my wife to pick me up, because I didn't take any tools or anything to replace it, and I'll go off-road over here. Throttle only. It's not bad, but I would not say it's too powerful on full battery. And you can see how beautiful. So I'm gonna take some pictures over here. Okay guys, so I want to talk to you about this Meelod dk300 Pro. What's the pro and cons on this bike? So far there's more pros than cons, but I'll tell you everything what I think about this bike, and then you can make your decision if you want to buy one. The tires are great so far, hopefully no flat, because in this area I always get flat if I ride on the grass. I'm not sure, like these go heads, they always get me flat. So I'm not 100% sure if they puncture resistance, but even puncture resistance I always get flat. So it's like very high risk for me. Otherwise I would have to call to pick me up. So I don't have any tools. So the fork is staying, I'm not sure if it's stainless steel, but it's made out of steel. I checked with the magnet. Also you can see by thin piece over here, usually only steel fork comes. It does come with a nice locking mechanism, so the wheel will not drop out. It comes with actually really nice wheels itself. It's a bearing, seal bearing on the side. Not that many bicycles in this price range would have the seal bearings. Even in more expensive one you probably will not see that as well. It does come with a kind of small front crankset, or whatever like you call it, like chainery, but you will not really pedal much this bike. I would not really pedal it for myself, but you can pedal. It's not that hard to pedal this bike at all. But if you're going off-road, the smaller one is better because you have much, as you can see, much better clearance underneath, and this suspension actually works amazing for this price range. It's very bouncy. You will feel it right away when riding on the flat. It gave a very smooth ride. The fork actually have over, looks like over 100mm travel. I am looking on the base on the grease, so it does give you a real nice travel. So the motor, 750-watt motor, which not the super powerful for uphill climbing if you're gonna use throttle only, but if you help with your pedaling, you can go basically any hill most likely. It comes out of the box with a derailleur guard, which is great. Tourney shifter like derailleur, and Shimano shifter. Handlebars very comfortable to hold, real nice. I like the way they put the handles really wide and also smaller. Like it's not actually small, it's pretty large display, but you have a whole handlebar free to attach whatever you want. So I like the way they put the display, everything on the left side. So you got half throttle on this bike particular. Meelod braking system works great. As you can see, the bike is off, but daylight it's always on, but they told me they fix it, so I'm not 100% sure. I would have to turn off the battery in order to turn off the light. Maybe that's something start to happen after I connect to the app. That's something I'm gonna check as well. Things I don't like about this bike, the seat, it's not my favorite, I would say. It's pretty soft compared to some of them, so I would say 7. The only thing I give you 7 because it's a short and it's narrow, so you want to sit on this part most of the time, but it's narrow, short, and e-moped style bikes usually known for more comfortability of the seat. That's why as an e-moped style bike I expect a longer seat. But again, this is the design. The bike is not too long as it looks, it's just the way the design. I like the way the design based on the experience of riding. Very stable on the road, actually very safe, and by braking, regardless which brakes, they brake very well. I recommend to brake with both, but I'm saying safe, you will not get wheelie accidentally because there's not much power I guess in this bike to get wheelie. But again, you got rear tail light, brake light, really amazing bike. So the seat would be probably bad part, but you got 2 batteries, which single battery would get you at least, from my testing today, 17 miles, solid 17 miles on top speed with a lot of stopping. If you don't stop a lot and just keep going on flat, you're probably gonna get more. If you're lighter than me, then you're gonna get more as well. The pedaling is as average as any other e-moped style, so I would not really complain about it. On this bike, handlebar is wide, which I like the most. So after they told me they fix everything, so The only things I would not recommend, the seat, consider, because the seat it's short. But again, you see what you're buying. It's a nice long range bicycle. You got 34 miles with the 2 batteries on throttle only. I think it's a great mileage for under $1,300 bicycle. The motor is pretty fast and quick, so it's about up to 30 miles an hour with my weight on. If you lighter, you might go even faster, I think, because the top speed is like 39 miles on display only with no load. So again, you guys decide, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow for more. If you have any questions, comment below. It's kind of unique looking bike. Come with both fenders, which is great. Some bicycle does not have full fenders, and as you can see, I was riding in this dirt a little bit. The front fence, like front fence, didn't help me much. I still get a little bit dirt over here. The rear one works good. On the rear works good. The front is kind of short, so just keep in mind. Again, it's not really important for me. I usually don't ride in rain, but if it's important for you, that's something to consider as well. The headlights are actually very bright. You got low beam, and high beam headlight, so you can switch from low and high. But daylight always on, and maybe you can turn it off in settings, but that's a kind of feature you get on this bike. They told me the upgraded model, not upgraded, basically the one you're gonna buy now in new batch, it's already been fixed, and it should be fixed by controller settings. They do it at manufacturer. All right, so I'm going back home. Basically got about, now it's about 18 miles on it, but of course I rode only 17 on one battery and going over the bump, small one. So the bike actually performed pretty well. 17 miles for 750 watt motor. It's pretty decent range you're gonna get with 2 batteries, 34 miles, as I said earlier. But I'm gonna try to pedal the bike and tell you how easy to pedal, because most people will want to pedal it versus to just throttle. So I'm gonna go pedal assist level 3 probably, and my pockets are full because I don't wear. Okay, so yeah, the pedal is actually not bad. I think I will pedal some of the way home. Let's see, it's too fast. So you get, because the front chainry is smaller, so after about 18 miles an hour you're gonna get gust pedaling most likely, unless you want to really spin you very hard. So I also noticed that when you start to pedal it, I'm on the gear number 7, 40 miles an hour. The way, I don't know if it's just my model, because my model actually, this batch, the one I just got, they're a little bit different. I was told it's a first batch, they have some different issue which I already fixed, so most likely this is gonna be different. But let's say pedal assist level 2 can go pretty far, like fast, about 20 miles, and I can still power going on the pedal assist level 2, even 22. So after 22 looks like a little bit reduced, but throttle can go all the way to the top speed. So what I noticed is ghost pedaling would occur somewhere after 20 miles most likely. So the best way to pedal 1 or 2 pedal assist level, but again the new bike might have already new system set up and maybe much better than this pedaling experience, but I probably will not pedal it home. The seat is not the hard, but just because it's too short, it's not the best seat on e-moped bike, but it's not the hardest one. I just made home, so everything good. Looks like the bike performed not bad at all. The seat, again, it's not one of the best seat. I would say it's under 7 on 10 scale, 1 to 10. I would say 7 or more. It's pretty soft, but it's slim and also short. So that's what I don't like. The brakes was good, as I said before. Ride was very comfortable, and I'm glad that I didn't get any flat. Usually I always get flat over there, so this one is good. Nice tires. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.